Hey you guys, here's my Vikings, season 1, episode 8, entitled Sacrifice, part 2, review. So pretty much, if I remember correctly, I left off with the introduction of King Horik. So yeah, before I get into that, I just wanted to mention there was something I missed in my part 1 review, and that was the conversation between Ragnar and Lagertha. So the scene has Lagertha, Bjorn, and Gita doing offerings, for the village, and Ragnar's pretty much getting shit faced. So Lagertha speaks to Ragnar saying, "Aren't you not happy that we're going to Uppsala?" And Ragnar's like, "Yes, I am very happy. I want to ask the gods personally why they give with one and take with the give with one hand and take with the other, like my unborn child." And then you have Lagertha slowly trying to keep calm, but getting even more angry. You have her pretty much saying to Ragnar, we can have more sons. And then Ragnar's like, "Have we not tried?" You know? And it was just like it was just one of those, you just sense one of those scenes which you just clearly sense like the tension. You could cut it with a knife. But yeah, back to where we left off before the last review ended, unfortunately. So yeah, Ragnar meets with King Horik, and King Horik's like, "I'm so pleased, to meet you." But beforehand, before that happens, Ragnar brings Absalom with him. So King Horik's like, "Ragnar Lothbrok, you pretty much heard you killed King Haraldson, you defeated King of England, and you build way better ships than he ever did, And then Ragnar is all like, oh yeah, and sailing west, can't forget that. So yeah, after that, you have Ragnar pretty much saying, "I heard a lot about you too, King Horik, how you killed one by one all 6 of your uncles that killed your father." And King Horik's like, "No, no, 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 Ragnar, not just my father, all my mother, all my sisters, and my brothers, and all that stuff." So, yeah, Ragnar says that he pretty much pledges his fealty and all that good shit to King Horik, and saying that he just wants to make like a big, like sort of like union, whatever, so they can just, raid and plunder, just explore new lands. And that he also heard of a land called Francia, which is much richer and wealthier than England, from his friend Athelstan. So, Athelstan comes, in front King Horik. King Horik said, that he asked him how he knew all this. King Athelstan's like, "I was a Christian monk, and I learned, to spread the and all that good shit." King Horik's like, "Oh, I heard of these Christians, And are you a Christian still?" He's like, "No, my father is old, is old, and and all that stuff." King Horror's like, "Well, of course you're not. You won't be able to survive in a place where the gods truly reside and the people pray and all that stuff." So yeah, um, yeah. So Ragnar pretty much, I believe, from this point on, you have this scene with Rollo and Siggy, and where Siggy is wondering where Rollo was, even though she kind of knew he slept with someone else. She just wanted to ask the question, how some people can be. But yeah, and Rollo is like, "You know what? I am what I am. You know, you're not gonna change me. My brother's not gonna change me. No one's gonna change me. Stop pestering me." And pretty much, Siggy says to Rollo that no, a little bit before, Rollo's like, if you want to leave, leave. But one day I'm gonna be a great man, and you're gonna regret leaving me. Like, oh my god, that sounded so fucking like junior, like I want to say like high school, maybe a little bit the first 2 years of college, the way Rollo sounded. But in all seriousness, Siggy's like, "You know what? Ragnar met with King Horik. Why didn't he invite you? Hmm? And all that stuff." So it's pretty much adding more doubt, insecurity in Rollo's head. And she was saying that we need each other. You're a great warrior, but you need me in order to become more than that. And I need you, vice versa. So yeah. So I believe Athelstan is guided to the temple by the seer, and after Athelstan speaks to one of the priests, whatever, the seer disappears. Like, it's crazy shit. So the priest says to Athelstan, "You know why you are here." Athelstan's like, "Yes." He's like, "The dude's like to be sacrificed," and Athelstan's like, "What the?" He has a look on his face, if I can remember, correctly. And then Athelstan denies Christ 3 times, which is obviously a connection to when Peter denied Christ, during the Passion and all that stuff, biblical. So, turns out Athelstan has not completely denounced Christ, which is obvious because early in the episode, you have Allison literally going through the wood of his floor in his room and pretty much reading his Bible, which is damn near almost destroyed, at that point. But